Now I gotta ride or die.
So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see from the title, I have my 106 back and I want to share with you guys a few things that I've gone through during the sort of respray or blowover to save you guys money. Now, I've never actually had anything blown over or resprayed to the point that I have with this car. Every panel got paint on it. So I want to share with you guys the things that I've sort of learned in this process. If you are thinking of going down this route with one of your cars, this may give you some tips to actually save money in the long run. Now, the bit that you can't skimp on is the physical work itself. So the actual prep stage and the painting of a car, in my opinion, cannot be discounted in any way. The work still has to be put in there for the prep work, and the paint still needs to be laid on with a proper gun in a proper spray booth at the end of the day to get the best result. So unfortunately, going forward into this video, there is no real cheap way of getting that part done. With the damage that was on this car, there was a lot of work, so that obviously increased the price of the work that was going to be carried out to this car. So there's no way of you skimping past that or getting it any cheaper by doing it on your driveway, because at the end of the day, if you're not a professional dent removal or you're no good with filler just like me, then there's no way of you actually physically doing any of that work here before it goes to the body shop. Of course, splitting down nut and bolt, taking everything off a car and respraying it is a very, very expensive thing to do to any car. So I want to share with you guys all of the tips that I've actually picked up during respraying or blowing over this 106 GTI to save you guys money. Now, the first thing I want to point out is that I actually physically went to a body shop and dropped it off and picked it up. So there was no transportation fees whatsoever for me actually taking this thing to and from the body shop. I dropped off the physical paint as well. So I actually found somewhere that gave me a trade price on the physical paint in a pot for this car. Now, that is the first two things I will point out, that the cheapness of actually taking a car to the body shop. Obviously, if it's 30 quid each way, that saves you £60 in theory expenditure on actually getting this thing to and from a body shop. So if I was to break it down here, I would have had to have paid that to actually take the car over to the body shop, because obviously the bumpers and various other things would have actually physically been off the car. And with the paint, if you do find somewhere that will give you trade discount on paint, that will save you a lot of money. I do know of a few body shops that I've used in the past that have actually put a percentage on top the materials, including the paint, which they're more than happy to do. And that is, you know, part of the process of actually getting something painted, is that you're paying a premium for them to physically collect everything that's needed to respray the car. So that was one of the first things that I encountered, was saving money on the physical materials like the paint that I was able to get at a trade discount. This means that the car sat at the body shop only owed me as much as the paint was when I dropped it off, which is again a fantastically cheap way of getting the car into a body shop. Now, the next thing I'm going to point out is that I did not ask them to clean the car down after I picked it up. So this means that usually at a body shop I have actually been physically charged for cleaning the car once I pick it up. So although all of the panels have been completely machine polished back, it still is showing residue from the polishing and cutting compounds all over the car. Now, this of course means that I can make content my side actually cleaning this car up and showing off all the lovely little bits that have been sprayed properly. But obviously, if you were going to drop this car off and want it cleaned and picked up and all of the compound residue taken out of all of the areas that you could probably see like inside the bumpers and stuff, this would mean that you would be charged, which again is completely fine. From a body shop, they will charge you for cleaning a car. That's just one of those things. If you want it cleaned, you will pay for it. But me, I personally asked them not to actually clean this thing so I could clean it on my driveway. Although they had gone over with all of the cutting compounds and stuff and taken it all off the paint and the panels, it meant that I actually drove it home with a lot of compound on the car, as you can see in these little areas here and in the door shuts and stuff. That can all be easily taken and cleaned on a driveway. So if you were to get charged at a body shop for this, which I have again been done in the past, this is again a cheaper way of actually getting this car physically back to your house and going through, just like in there, I would be able to clean all of that out, so you wouldn't get charged for the last part of actually getting this car painted and cleaned. Now the next bit is down to, you know, the basic cleaning price. Again, if you were to actually be charged at a paint shop to get a car clean, now the inside of course is very dusty at the moment, so it's going to sit for, you know, the next half an hour, just clean up the inside. The seat belts have got a bit of dust on them, the dash has got a bit of dust on it, this seat, you know, all up the sides got dust on it. So again, a very easy thing to do on your driveway. But I do know, and again, I'm not telling you that every body shop is going to do this, but I do know of people and myself being charged for cleaning, which a body shop is more than happy to do. Don't get me wrong, it does take physical time, product to actually get a car clean at the end of the day, but that is something that you could, you know, if you wanted to do on your driveway after getting a car painted, clean all the little bits and bobs out. It isn't that hard. Next bit will be like the fixtures and fittings of the car. So new badge for there. Obviously some places might not charge you, they might charge you, I don't know. And a new set of number plates. So I'm going to whip the number plates off, put the new badge on, because sometimes you could be charged for new number plates. They might put a premium on them, I don't know, but it's dependent on where you go. It's dependent on how much they're going to charge you. So I have a set of new number plates to put on. So now I want to give a quick shout out to the guys at Exclusive Registrations, because they actually came through and noticed that I needed a new set of plates for the 106. Now I went for a completely blank set. I didn't want any sort of stuff around it, so that's good. I'm going to take all the sticky stuff off the back. Again, if you would like these set of plates or use them for any plates, they do show plates, 4D plates, tinted plates, anything like that, there is a link in the description and a link in the comments to their website, and they've also included some of their high strength number plate tape for the cheeky 106. Right, this is the point where I need to get it exact, isn't it? Pray for me. I think that's about as exact as it will get with my dodgy eyes. But yeah, just a simple thing, a set of number plates and a badge and a little clean up after the spray job. Huge difference. So guys, a little walk around of the car to finish the video. We have the badge on at the back, so a nice simple original one. I think that was about £6 or £7 from eBay, so if you're after one of them, that's very good. Exclusive Registrations with the number plates. Again, just blank for now, just to clean the car up a little bit. Not sure what to actually do, if a surround or put the original dealer plate on the bottom of these number plates, but just wanted some blank ones to come out of the spray booth with, because the original ones were not very nice. The paint's looking fantastic though, so happy with how it looks. Again, we will do a full detailing proper video when it comes to it. I just want to get a few other bits out of the way before I do a full clean down. Mainly the wheels of course are going to change, so I'm leaving them as they are at the moment, not going to clean them back or whatever, because they originally should have been off the car by now, but we're still waiting on a few bits for those. So they are coming off. Haven't touched them today for the simple fact that I don't need to, so I'd rather take this time, to get all the other little bits that I needed to do. The GTI badges are on again, going off Google Images to actually get the placement more than anything, in line with the indicator, just a little bit down, a little bit over. The same sort of gapping from the indicator to there and there to the GTI badge, so very happy. Once you use the original GTI badges and just clean them back, I quite like the idea that the original ones are on there. I know it sounds so sad and may sound a bit weird, but I wanted to keep the original GTI badges after the respray. I know, really weird thing to say. It's a simple video. Couple of things you can save on, especially when it comes to respraying a car. Now, the last thing I'm going to sort of leave you guys with, that I probably should have said at the start of the video, is how much it actually costs to do this. Now, body shops are going to charge differently depending on where you are and how much work is really involved. This full blowover, just under £1,000. Now, that's including all of the dent removal, the fill-in, the going back dent removal, just getting that side right, the driver's side, because it was incredibly bad. If you guys remember, that was one of the reasons I nearly didn't buy this car, because I thought it was going to be that bad. And obviously that took most of the time to actually get right in the body shop, was getting that whole side ready for just a little bit of paint. So the prep work, as I've already said in this, is essential to be done by someone that knows what they're doing. That is key here. The key element is that you have to pay someone properly to do a proper job. The prep work, not even the spraying, but the prep work is the hardest and most challenging bit, especially on an old car with a lot of dents and ripples. So that's where the brunt of the cost will come into, in my opinion. The actual materials aren't that much. I think I paid around 110, 120 pound for all of the paint, so that's not too bad. Materials, you know, sanding discs and all that sort of stuff, not too bad. Again, got it on trade prices. So again, hunt down a trader if you can and get these things at trade prices instead of going through sort of a middleman. You can of course do that, that's not a problem, but this time around I wanted to show you guys how cost effective it could be to actually do this to a car. And again, if I was going to completely strip down the car and everything, which this car did not need whatsoever, I would have been charged a lot more money in labour just to take the bumpers and everything off. Although we did take everything we needed to off of the car, I'm still really happy with the price point and how much we actually paid to get this thing done. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this gives you a little bit more insight into how much it is to actually do this to a car, and make sure you like, share and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.